Good evening. Tonight, we go after the story of an extraordinary personality. He's Salvador Dali, the great surrealist painter who sees the world through surrealist eyes. If you're curious to hear Salvador Dali talk about decadence, death, and immortality, about his surrealist art, his politics, and his existence before he was born, we'll go after those stories in just a moment. My name is Mike Wallace. The cigarette is Parliament.
The new high-filtration filter, Parliament, presents the Mike Wallace Interview.
We'll talk with Salvador Dali in just a moment. I think you'll welcome the change to recessed smoking because now Parliament with the recessed filter is best. The new hi-fi Parliament. And here's why. First, Parliament is best because only Parliament can give you over 30,000 traps. No other popular cigarette delivers less nicotine and tar. Second, unlike ordinary filters, Parliament's filter is recessed, set deep down inside here, so that trapped nicotine and tar can't get on your lips. And third, because it's recessed, there's no bitter taste of trapped nicotine and tar to spoil Parliament's pure tobacco flavor. It's a clean, satisfying smoke. And remember, Parliament is continuously tested and reported by the United States Testing Company, one of the world's leading independent testing laboratories. Over 30,000 traps, exclusive recessed filter, flavor pure protection. Yes, smoke the best. Hi-Fi Parliament, now at popular price. And now to our story. Salvador Dali is a self-confessed genius with an ingenious flair for publicity. An internationally renowned modern artist, he's also designed fur-lined bathtubs. He's lectured with his head enclosed in a diving helmet. And he claims that at the basis of his ideas are, as he puts it, cauliflowers and rhinoceros horns. He paints like this. Here you see perhaps his most famous work. It's called Persistence of Memory. In contrast to this dreamlike picture, here is Dali's surrealistic commentary on the horrors of war. It's called The Face of War. And now an example of Dali's latest phase, the crucifixion, showing his current preoccupation with religious subjects. Now let's try to find out some more about the enigma of Salvador Dali. Dali, first of all, let me ask you this. You're a remarkable painter, and you've dedicated your life to art. In view of this, why do you behave the way that you do? For instance, you have been known to drive in a car filled to the roof with cauliflowers. You lectured, as I mentioned, once with your head enclosed in a diving helmet and you almost suffocated. You issue bizarre statements about your love for rhinoceros horns and so on. You're a dedicated artist. Why do you, or why must you, do these things?
Because this kind of eccentricities correspond to the more important and the more tragical part of my life.
The more important and the more tragical part? I don't understand.
The more philosophical.
What is philosophical about driving in a car full of cauliflowers or lecturing inside
because
a diving
discover make one tremendous speech, almost pseudoscientific, in the Sorbonne in Paris, about my discovering of the logarithmic curve of cauliflowers.
The what?
Logarithmic spiral of
yes.
cauliflower.
The logarithmic curve, yes.
And in the same time, the logarithmic spiral in the horn of rhinoceros. In this time, discover this is the symbol of chastity, one of the most powerful symbols of modern times.
Chastity is one of the most powerful symbols of modern times?
In my opinion, is the more urgent and the more dramatic. Because the chastity represents the force of spirit.
And lecturing...
This is the reason que le priest is chaste in any religion, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because avec the promiscuity, the people make love, is no more spiritual strength, no more spiritual force.
Yes. Well, we will get to your spirituality, your increasing spirituality over the years in just a moment. about lecturing with your head enclosed in a diving helmet. Why? Why?
Because in this moment, like, the audience understand that Dali penetrate in the bottom of subconscious mind.
What's that?
Penetrate
Penetrate.
in the bottom of subconscious mind, in the sea, in the inside of the sea,
Yes, down in the
in the
sea.
profonder of subconscious.
In the depth of the subconscious.
Exactly.
Yes.
Alors, this is one very clear symbol for arrive in this stage of...
We try to understand, in all seriousness, we try to understand you, and you try to explain. But earlier this week, you told our reporter, I like to be a clown, a buffoon. I like to spread complete confusion. Before we went on the air, you said to me, ask embarrassing questions. Ask embarrassing
the
questions.
more as possible.
Why?
Because
Why?
Because studentally make one movie in France.
Yeah.
In this movie, myself dance Charleston. And my friends looked this piece of movie and told, Dali in this part is much better than Charlie Chaplin. For me, it's very interesting.
Well, are you
Because
about...
Dali is one marvelous painter. In the same time, is one marvelous clown. Is 1,000 times much more interesting for everybody.
You want to be a marvelous clown as well as a marvelous painter?
It is possible. The two together is very good, you know. Charlie Chaplin is one genial clown, but never paint the same que Dali. Or see Dali.
So what you want to do
the
is...
same que Charlie Chaplin, in the same time paint masterpieces. Or Dali is 1,000 times much more important que Charlie Chaplin.
Well, now wait. Despite your hijinks, time and again you have called yourself a genius, and you're very serious about this. Now you want to be you want to be a genius in two fields. First of all, you have called yourself a genius,
In
yes?
many different fields, you know.
You?
Yes.
What else besides an artist?
The more important in my life, more que le clown, more que le painting, more que my draftsmanship is my personality.
Draftsmanship?
My personality
Oh,
is more important than every of these little facets of my activity.
In other words, what is most important to you
Is my personality.
is
Dali.
expressing Dali.
Dali.
Not the painting, not the clowning, nothing but...
The painting, the clowning, the showmanship, the technique, everything is only one manner for express the total personality of Dali.
I see. Let's take a look at one of your major paintings, Dali. It's called Sleep. There it is now on the monitor. What's the point of this picture? Is there any point?
This is very important because myself work constantly in the moment of sleep. Every of my best ideas coming through my dreams, and the more Dalinian activity consists in this moment of sleep.
In other words, you conceive a good deal of your...
The more important things happen in the moment of myself sleep.
I was going to ask if there was any major theme, any powerful idea which inspires all your work. Could you tell us what it was? Evidently, what it is simply an expression of Dali, period. There is nothing more in it, or am I wrong?
No, of Dali, of cosmogony of Dali.
The what?
The cosmogony.
Cosmogony?
Cosmogony of Dali.
What is the cosmogony? What does that mean?
This is in advance of new nuclear physics, because every of my paintings, everybody laughed in the moment of look for the first time, but almost after 12 years, every scientific people recognize that every of this painting is one real prophecy. In the moment of paint my salt watches, is the more rigid object for everybody, and myself paint these watches, the same very soft camembert. Everybody laugh. The last development of nuclear physics proved that the new conception of space-time is completely flexible. Not only this, in the microphysics, the time works in reverse. This proves that this object of completely surrealistic approach of soft watches is completely true and scientific.
Dali, I must confess, you lost me about halfway through, and I'm not sure that we can Let me try it another way. What does a painter, what does any painter contribute to the world and to his fellow man? Any painter, not just Dali. What does a painter contribute?
Every painter paints the cosmogony of himself.
Of himself. And it's as simple as that.
Exactly.
Which contemporary...
Raphael paints the cosmogony of Raphael. Raphael is the Renaissance period.
Yes.
Dali paints the atomic age and the Freudian age. Nuclear scenes and psychoanalytic scenes.
Which contemporary painters, if any, do you admire?
First Dali, after Dali, Picasso, and after this, the others.
But these, Dali and Picasso, are the only two that really...
The two
really
only
excite you.
geniuses of modern times.
The two geniuses of modern times are Dali and Picasso. In your autobiography, you wrote this. You said, I adore three things: weakness, old age, and luxury. Why?
Because the luxury is one product of monarchy. And myself, every day, becoming more monarchic. Not in political way, because never is Dali is interested in politics.
In politics, yeah.
But in philosophical and cosmogonical way, yes.
All right.
Because in the modern science, the new discoveries of chromosomes and physics and biology, everything prove that the monarchy is the more luxurious things in the life.
The most luxurious. All right. Now, old age.
And the most perfect.
And the most perfect. And old age? Why do you adore old age?
Because believe that the young people is completely stupid, you know?
Young people are stupid.
It's only necessary, only believe some old people, the same as Leonardo da Vinci, or arrive at some real achievement.
And weakness. Why do you adore weakness?
Because in the modern physics, everything is weak. You know, it's everything, every proton, antiproton, neutron, p meson
What do you mean
is
weak?
surrendered of weakness, of nothing. In this moment, the most fantastic thing in physics is the antimatter. Every new physician talk about antimatter. And Dali painted 20 years ago the first antimatter angels.
You write in your biography that death is beautiful. What's beautiful about death? Why is death beautiful?
This is one feeling. Everything is erotic, in my opinion.
Everything is what?
Is erotic.
Erotic.
Is ugly. Immediately, so arrive the feeling of death. Everything becoming noble and sublime.
Oh, in other words, life is erotic and therefore ugly. Death is not erotic, but sublime, therefore beautiful.
And beautiful.
Ah.
You know, for instance, you, Mickey Wallace, now is you a little good face, a little handsome, but incidentally, you becoming dead.
Yeah.
Everybody take out the chapeau, you becoming one fantastic man. Everybody respect you 1,000 times much better, you know.
You make,
you make
is this by way of a suggestion, sir?
exactly. See you make one striptease, you becoming ugly in 1 second.
Oh, I agree. I agree. Tell me this, what do you think will happen to you when you die?
Myself no believe in my death.
You will not die?
No believe in general in the death, but in the death of Dali, absolutely no. Not. She believe in my death becoming very unfried is almost impossible.
You fear death?
Yes.
Death is beautiful, but you fear death.
Exactly. Because Dali is contradictory and paradoxical in anything.
Well, yes, indeed, Dali is paradoxical and contradictory, but why this fear of death? What do you fear in death, Dali?
Because there is no sufficient convince of my fight in religion. There's no, in the moment of my self-belief more.
You're not sufficiently convinced of your faith
Exactly.
in religion. Well, now, I spoke with you about a year ago, and we talked about religion, and you said that as the years go by, you embrace Roman Catholicism more and more with your mind, but not yet completely with your heart.